Hello.
Hi Jürgen, how did you assess your team's performance today?
Yeah, obviously we come here, or we came here to go through the next round with the game in mind. A couple of weeks ago, where which was pretty much rock bottom of the performances we had in my time. So that was better today, much better, but still, in the end, we concede 2 goals from set pieces, and that's. Yeah. So now we close pretty much the gaps where they passed through last time, but around set pieces, that doesn't help. So you have to do different stuff, and that's why we were not close enough to avoid the goal. That's how it is, and that doesn't feel great. Obviously, that's not cool, but we have to take it.
Sorry, I was just going to say, can you talk a little bit more generally about the belief levels and the confidence? Because you looked like you were in the game, and then just slowly, it just felt like it was just taken away from you towards the end in those last 20 minutes.
We had different things. So the setup, I think, from the first half was really good. Cody helped us massively with the ball, without the ball in the center, and Harvey in the left wing is defensively, we can really use him. He's really in there. Midfield did that. But when you change, then that's how it sometimes happens. Obviously, for Darwin, it's a bit more tricky to do all these kind of things. He's not used to it, and we have to work really a lot with him to involve him in these moments. And against a well-drilled team like Brighton, if not all positions work really well together, all of a sudden they only play for this one gap. They play for one gap where they pass the ball through, then whoever, McAllister or Gross or Welbeck or Ferguson turn, and from there they go. So we close these gaps for the majority of the time, but they were right, then all of a sudden not that well anymore. But it's not that we were that much under pressure. We had our moments as well in the late period of the game. That showed how football is. Everything opens up a little bit. And again, the goal happened after a set piece, and the set piece shouldn't have happened because we could have won that ball in a heading situation already. So it's a little bit. Ibu plays now a lot. You can see the situation. I think he could have won this challenge in the first place, but McAllister can get the ball, if I'm 100% right, the ball down without a foul and nothing, and then a little bit later, the things happen how they happen. So, yeah, we have still space for improvement. We make steps, but we have to improve. We have to improve further on, and that's what we will do.
The Cups gave you so much last season, didn't you? And how important is it now? How difficult is it now to kind of lift yourselves again for?
Yeah, of course, that's important. Absolutely. But I don't think it's they're right after the game. So to lift the look, I think this is really a way you can get knocked out of a cup competition. If we are in a better situation, 10 points more in the league or stuff like this, and then you lose here at Brighton, you just say respect. What they do is really good. So, but we are obviously in a situation where we constantly want now to make the final step, and that's why it feels now especially bad in this moment, because it didn't happen. But they were again steps in the right direction. I can imagine that nobody wants to hear that anymore. I cannot hear it anymore, but it's still right. It's still right. So that means that we have to go from there. In our next game, we have obviously Brighton and Wolves weeks. Now we play Wolves again, and we will try it there again. And then that's how it is. We have to build on these kind of things. We have to improve. We have to do better. Body language. A couple of boys have to be much better. Defending of in the formation has to be better from a few. And but then I think last game here we couldn't have won. There's no chance. We were like, okay, I was happy that we didn't get more. I think today nobody would have been surprised if we win this game. So it's not anything, oh my God, how did that happen? So that's good. But for today and for the competition, not good enough, and that's why we're out.
Kanati could have had a second yellow card.
Maybe I did.
Yeah,
I do.
But then 2 minutes later, Fabinho goes in on a horrible tackle that could easily have been red.
I didn't.
And then it was a bad tackle from your captain to give away the set piece. It seemed like there was a momentum there where you were kind of just falling apart at the end there. That must worry you as a manager, doesn't it?
I don't think that happened now, but they're falling apart. That's my job since a few weeks, that I have to accept pretty much all the questions you ask, and you can dig as deep and left and right as you want. And that's how it is. Maybe if it looks like that from your point of view, we will not fall apart. I can tell you, if it looks like that, I'm sorry. The Fabinho challenge was no dynamic in, but I just saw it once, not the second time. I think with dynamic we can talk about the red card. It was more lying, and then he hit him. It's not cool. Ibu, I didn't really see in the moment, and Robbo, yeah, it's late in a game. It's nothing to do with falling apart. It's frustration. It's not right to do it. But against us, teams get constantly yellow cards usually, and nobody asks the opposition these questions. But for us, we are not used to that. We don't concede usually yellow cards. But imagine the boys wouldn't react at all. I don't like it. I don't think that's the right way to do it, and I have to look it twice or maybe 3 times to judge it a little bit better. But in the end, I'm pretty sure your assessment or what you made of it is not right, but it can be still your opinion, of course.
Gentleman in the blue.
Jürgen, Andy Robertson said just now that you guys wanted a new start at the turn of the year, but if anything, you're getting worse. Do you share that idea? And if so,
I don't think it makes too much sense that I speak about things which you pick out of a complete. What else did he say? So did he only came out and said, okay, we want a fresh start, but that's what we got now, or what was it?
He said we wanted a new start at the turn of the year. If anything, we've been worse.
Yeah, and that's. It's not 100% true, but it's not 100% wrong. So it's of course we want a new start. It's clear when you come back from after World Cup break, you want to go for it definitely, and so far it didn't happen properly. That's true, but that still means we have to keep working. There's nothing else to do. There were good performances today as well. There were good moments in the game, very good performances in the game. It's all what you have to build on, and that's what we'll do.
Last one for the gentleman.
Jürgen, you mentioned body language from your players in your previous answer. What do you want to see in the next few games? What didn't you see today?
What didn't I see
Yeah,
today?
because you said you want to see better body language.
Yeah.
From players. So what do you want to see there?
Better body language.
Well, I suppose by that, what do you mean? Could you expand on that?
Why? What else to say? When I speak about body language and it wasn't okay, next time should be better. There's nothing left for an additional answer, so sorry. Look, I'm not over the moon about this performance. But again, the only thing what happened really is we lost against a good side, which we lost 2 weeks ago in a horrendous game. Today was much better. With the performance from today, 2 weeks ago, I know that would have looked different as well. So there are really steps, but I understand 100%. I don't sit here and what are you talking about? You're not happy with the game. I understand 100% where you're coming from, but it's just the situation we are in, and you have to. There's no other way, and you know it as good as I do. There's no other way to it than to fight through. If you ever hear a manager sitting in a situation like this, by the way, look, we changed that, and then you will see against Wolves. That's it. It doesn't go like this. So, and that's why we keep working 100%. Again, I'm very sorry. Probably a lot of the fans, our Liverpool fans, are from Brighton, so they saw us now twice in 2 weeks. They were brilliant, absolutely brilliant again. So today we paid a little bit back, I would say. They saw a goal, they saw chances, so it was better in the end. One goal is deflected, and the other one is in the 94th minute. So that's a piece of the truth as well. We should not forget that. But still, we are still out, and that's obviously the worst outcome of a game you can have. But from here we can go, and we will.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
That door should be open.
Sorry, what?
That door should be open. You can go to the dressing room.